Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Cousins now on second down. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And Ndamukong Suh with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. A good pickup there at 22. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Again, it's Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Of course, last year, you think about Dalvin Cook's injury in Week 4 with a torn ACL, just hoping that he can stay healthy in 2018.
And if so, we'll see plenty of runs that will be big time in 2018. Because in 2017, he took over the starting running back job as a rookie and was off to a terrific start. In fact, if you ask people in the Minnesota Vikings organization, they were giddy at the fact that they were able to get him outside of the first round and plug him in.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. To throw on second down is gone. Flush to his right. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Third and long. It's gone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Zerline's kick is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The tackle there by Mark Barron. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Black, black. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
2nd down, Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Okay, we got 4. We got 4. Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
Here we go. Tight right. Let's 50.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, these are going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Anderson-Dejo. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They start the drive with Cook. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man, complete. Cousins finding Diggs on a big one, 45 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Mike's 50.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, but they face a second and long to start things out.
Located on the 100 and 300 levels.
Liz, 50, here we go. Here we go. Right side.
On play action, Cousins. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check.
On third down, Cousins. Hard throw, incomplete.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Gurley again here on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One of my favorite safeties in the league is Harrison Smith. His ability to support in the run game, as we just saw there, that's key, but also can cover deep as well.
Here we go.
Watch tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Here we go.
Here's Goff now on second down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Zerline connects on the extra point, and with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And
the Rams got it. They bring him down. Samson Abukum. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long.
Black. Gun.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. That one goes for 24 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A give. This is Cook. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns.
50. Mike 50, Mike 50. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me.
To throw, Cousins. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Here we go.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Cousins now from the 50. Lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up and down the field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Here we go, here we go.
Watch left. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Goff. Throw left side, complete to Cup. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Out of the gun. Gone. And he's going to be hit and driven into the turf. A man who played on this very field for USC, Everson Griffin. Able to drop him for a loss of 4. From the gun on 3rd down. Gone. Trying to lay one up deep. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. Oh, fancy running by Murray. They can't tackle it. 31 yards there and a first down.
I can't help but laugh. And the only reason is anytime the backup breaks a big one like that, he's going to be hard to deal with in film, wanting to know why he's not getting starters carries.
That's what he's thinking. Great carry there. A first down throw for Cousins. Going deep for Diggs. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And complete right side to Cook. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Forbath able to convert the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as he'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Listen, there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They run. It's Gurley. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. There he goes, right side. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to run it in with Murray. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal.
Check A2, check A2. DeHunt, what do you need? Hey, D-line, let's get in. Hey, steamer.
Cousins to throw it this time. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will swell the lead to 16. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Cook. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Rhino! Through.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Rudolph showing the power. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Rhino! 3 down. DeHunt, what do you need? Yellow. Wide.
Play action now. Cousins. He's going to rifle one deep left side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Cousins from the gun on third. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Go, 180.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2. Goff now looks to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Got a man, it's right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got room. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Watch tight end, watch tight
Cousins now on second down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Cousins now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10. On first down, Murray. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Second down, Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch. But you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Cousins now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They pitch it out to Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Back now in Los Angeles. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Cousins now. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. Goff will lead the Rams up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Hey.
On 1st down, it's Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. But the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed as that's going to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Let's go.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
You got 4.
They'll try the air now with Goff. He's letting it fly for Cook. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, LA! Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Zerline now for the PAT. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
We got 3. We got.
Jahan, whatever it is.
Hey, watch number 33. Watch number 33.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, second down.
Sometime in this 4th quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Here we go. Bring the energy. Wide, wide.
Play fake. Cousins steps away. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down.
Jahan, 180.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
Spurs, Spurs. Where's the hunt? Rhino. Where's that?
From the gun, here's Cousins. He'll find Thielen work in the middle. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Super! Go, go, 20!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now again, this is Murray. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here we go. Two. Wide.
Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. The Vikings on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Gun.
Hey, Mike's 50.
Throwing, Cousins. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They go play action here on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russian, ladies should never look luggage, my diamonds they tussling. My neck and my belly on. They call it for me and they. You want me like me and I look. Yeah. Her Rex on her. Yeah. B-Rex better calm down. Yeah. If you go around, come around. Yeah. Whole squad. Yeah. Squad goes on me. Yeah. Make some orange gel on my toes. Yeah. Farrakhan glass for the trolls. Yeah. You can go and get mad. Jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth. Man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag, about tag on I got it in the bag now, getting all type of cash. I'm a general true. I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I Made me some rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture.
You got a picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. Can't hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these. White paint on my toes. When I send a new bay alert, gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose to. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me up by the morning. I had me some breakfast by the morning. I had a sis by the morning. I got on a meat, no pneumonia. The rats keep me up on the podium. I had a in my shoulder. You got a picture. Jumping in the bed with the 2 dot team. Man, who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too. Dripping my swag.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the leader. You know I don't on the. She's a keeper. No burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros. Love, baby.